The Evolution of Lacrosse. My name is Nolan Clark, and today I'm going to be talking about when the game of lacrosse was invented, why lacrosse wasn't popular back in the day, and why lacrosse is a growing sport in present time, and many more subtopics. So when was a game called lacrosse invented? The game of lacrosse was originally invented from a game called stickball, which was played by Native American Indians during 1100 AD. It is also America's oldest sport. How long has the game of lacrosse been a popular sport for? The game of lacrosse has been popularized ever since the 17th century, and then since then it would make an appearance as a game played in the Olympics in 1904 and 1908. As it started to grow outside North America and started to be played internationally in the UK, Australia, and several more countries. Is there a professional lacrosse league in the US? Yes, there are 3 pro lacrosse leagues in America, which is PLL, which stands for Premier Lacrosse League, NLL, which stands for National Lacrosse League, and finally MLL, which stands for Major League Lacrosse. But that's not all. At least there are 2 other professional women's lacrosse leagues as well, in which they are Women's Professional Lacrosse League and United Women's Lacrosse League. How many people are playing lacrosse right now? Since lacrosse has been America's oldest sport, it hasn't been popularized since 2001, before the U.S. had their first actual pro lacrosse league. But since 2001 to present day, there's over 1 million people currently playing the game of lacrosse in the United States. Who are some of the greatest people to play the game of lacrosse? Some of the greatest people to play lacrosse could be Paul Rabel, who is a 10-time MLL All-Star, having 283 goals and 197 assists, followed with another lacrosse legend, Lyle Thompson, who has 409 goals and 404 assists in his 167-game career with 4 teams. And finally, John Grant Jr., who scored 1,022 goals and 990 assists throughout his 392-game career. How has lacrosse equipment evolved? Soft mesh was the prevailing choice for players in the 80s and 90s. Today, they can choose from a variety of pocket materials with different diamond sizes and shapes. How long does it take to learn the basics of lacrosse? Typically, it takes around 3 to 6 months to get to the point where they are comfortable with a lacrosse stick in their hands, along with a proficient understanding of how the game is played. This includes cradling, which basically means carrying the ball in the stick when you're jogging or running. Also being decent at passing, shooting, and the list goes on. Why is lacrosse not in the Olympics anymore? Due to the rules of the International Olympic Committee, or the IOC, lacrosse was really never fully recognized as an Olympic sport. With lacrosse experiencing explosive growth around the world today, it is on the fast track to becoming an Olympic sport by 2028. How many lacrosse teams are in the MLL, PLL, and NLL? There are 8 teams in the PLL, which are located around the U.S. and not all clumped together in a certain area. While on the other hand, the MLL consists of 6 teams, but only this time the location is centered in the northeastern United States. And finally, the NLL, which holds 15 teams. So now you can inform people on what lacrosse is and tell people how it is interesting and also unique at the same time. And catch me in the next episode of the Evolution of the Soccer Ball on Clark Talk Sports. This is Nolan reporting for PCH TV.